to the Real Life Trading Pre-Market Day Trading Show. You're listening to the Real Life Trading Pre-Market Day Trading Show. Pre-Market Day Trading Show.
Good morning. How is it going, everybody? This is Johnny Warko, Real Life Trading Pre-Market Show.
You're listening to the Real Life.
A bit of a loop going on there. Let's get that fixed real quick. And there we go. All right. Now, if I can just get this on my right screen share, we'll be good to go. How is it going, everybody? Woo! There you go. A little bit of electronic faux pas. Let me see if I can get my chat pane going. There you go. All right. We're all squared away. Loosen, am I squared away? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Real Life Trading Beginner Room. We're live on YouTube. It is, what is today? February 11th already. Holy cow. Super Bowl weekend. What an exciting time to be here. Lucen, good morning. Douglas, good morning. How you guys doing? Hope you're ready to rock. Looks like we got the Dr. Falco in the house. What is going on, my man? Hope you guys are having a great week. I'm having a great one. Going to be a greater, is that a word, or greater? A better weekend. I'm looking forward to this weekend. It's been a long week and kind of a cray market. What is going on in the world out there? Just all kinds of craziness. Anyway, let's go check out the markets. I don't know. Think we're kind of going to stay home today. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. We got kind of a double top-ish thing going on right here on the SPY. We're top of that dang descending channel that we've been tracking for the last multiple weeks. Stuck right in between that 100, 200. One would think with all the interest rate stuff going on and all the craziness in the world, seems like we're going to be going down a little bit. Technically, it looks like we're going to be going down a little bit. So, but I think we're going to be stuck right about here today. Could be wrong. It seems like it would be a natural thing to maybe just bounce off of this 200 and hang out. But actually looking at everything pre-market, looks like we're going to get a little bit of a pop. And then maybe I'm thinking roll over. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. You got all that mess right there too. You got the 50 and the 10 and the 20 all hanging out. Doing that squozen thing. That's what's happening. That squozen thing. On the Qs, very similar. Actually, I have to move my little trend line there. Yeah. Almost the same exact thing, kind of this little bit of resistance up there where that double top is going on. And we're up there at the channel. So one would say we do have a bunch of resistance up there pushing us down on top of all these other things in the world pushing us down. But we do have little gap and go on the Qs, as you can see. Inside day gap and go on the SPY. A little tiny gap and go. And then on our 6 stocks, which we're keeping track, we got little gap and goes on AMD, NVIDIA, Apple, and Tesla last time I checked. So let's go from the bottom up. We'll go check those out. Hey, by the way, can you send me a 1 if I'm loud and clear and you can see my chart okay? Just want to make sure. Had a bunch of electronic faux pas going on. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Jason threw me a 2, so I'm not quite sure if that means I messed up or just a little typo, Jason, a little typo. Thank you very much. Thank you, Cedric. Appreciate y'all. Love when you guys are here to trade with me. I love it. All right, so let's go look at Tesla. What do we got on Tesla? Just a bunch of mess. Look at all that sideways movement this last couple weeks. Just inside, inside, inside. When are we going to break out? We got this little gap down here. We're right down here, down about support area. So we'll see if we can fill that gap or not. We're stuck right between all those moving averages and that 100 and 200. As you can see, this baby is gapping up just a hair. So inside day gap and goes, we're allowed to trade those after 20 minutes. So that's why from now on, I'm going to put these as little orange markers to remind me, okay, we can trade those after 20. So holler at me after 20, because I get all into this and I get distracted and I'll forget. But anyway, inside day, just like everything else, pretty nice little pullback there. Let's go check out the weekly. Yeah, we should have a small candle there on the weekly. Normally we travel about $139, but this weekend we're kind of staying at home. This week, what have we done so far this week? Price range. So we've only gone about $50 out of our average daily range of about 139 for the last 14 weeks. So, but I don't think that's going to really influence anything today. Apple, kind of the same dealio, looking very much like pretty much looking like the SPY more than the Qs. Got that double top going on. We do have all this support down here. Let's see where our gap is. Okay, we're gapping up still a little bit, a little tiny baby gap and go. So we're able to do that if it stays there for the next, how many minutes till market open? 22 minutes and counting. A little gap and go, but we do have that double top. So interesting. Got all these counter signals. We got a bunch of gap and goes, but we got a bunch of things coming down, making us look like we're a little bit on the bearish side. But yeah, we know what happens. A little tricky going bearish on that Apple stock, isn't it? It can be done. I've done it. Everybody's done it, I'm sure. Anyway, you got that definitely squozing thing going in that area within NVIDIA. Got a little gap down here that I'm thinking might get filled, and then we take a run bullish. I'm always optimistic. I'm always thinking we're going to get squared away and things are going to go back to normal. What is normal today? I think we're normal. The new normal is always changing. That's the new normal. We got the 10 and 20 down here, down by the gap. We got the 50 and the 100 above us. So yeah, lots of pressure building either way. I guess we're going to hang out till next week and see what happens. Don't think we do too much today. I could be wrong, but what y'all think? Transitory is normal. That's what they say. Let's be in transit. Yeah. So this is makings of a nice 1, 2, and continue to wave 3 up on a bunch of stocks, especially tech stocks. So we'll watch that. AMD, just a big mess of everything in the way. So who knows what's going on there. We do have a little bit of a gap and go, which we tend to be a little bit more on the bullish side. But you got all kinds of EMAs, top and bottom, left and right, all around. That's kind of neat. Yesterday we had a bunch of volume come in. You can see more than during the previous week, but we really didn't go anywhere. A bunch of the bulls and the bears just fighting it out right there. Roblox, same kind of dealio. Roblox, not a gap and go. So we gotta, most likely we're gonna have to wait. Well, we're gonna have to wait for a breakout, which are my green lines, or this thing in the next 20 minutes is gonna have to gap above the high and low. But that's why we don't have Roblox as even an orange ticker right now, because it doesn't qualify for diddly squat. If it stays inside, then we got to go. We got to wait an hour. All right. Delta Dawn. I think we got about 5 or 6 white candles in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got inside day gap. We got a little bit of resistance. I messed that baby up. Got a little bit of resistance coming up here, of course. So it makes sense that a lot of people are going to sell for profit up here. And let's go ahead and check out, make sure I got my P's and my Q's straight. I got to get the high and the low. Goodness gracious, if I mess that up, I'll have to eat some lima beans or something. All right. So we got that going on, and that's about it. Anybody got any questions on anything or anything you guys want to look at? We can go look at some stocks. See if the doctor, let me adjust my screens here. See if the doctor put his trade ideas on up there today. Let me get to the right channel. There you go. Thank you, doctor. The Dr. Falco and his trade ideas screener. We love it. All right, let's go look at some of them bad boys. We get that cranking. Let's go look at any of those. I want to see what net is doing. I have a put sale on net that's expiring today. I think I'm going to be okay. I actually wanted to put the shares down here at 100, but looks like net got earnings, beautiful volume yesterday. So net looks like it's on its way bullish. So I have to redo that put sale on net. But anyway, that's on the high quality gap list this morning. Let's go look at Goodyear Tire, GT. I think that's Goodyear Tire. It has a nice, beautiful retest gap on Goodyear. Got earnings going on. So we got some good earnings, revenue, a little bit, tiny bit less than what was estimated, but some good earnings going on. Some delicious volume going on. Everything's looking like a wave, nice, beautiful wave 1, 2, and 3. A lot of things. Robert says, I think Z is a sell into the rip. Let's go look at that. Anyway, we got pretty nice gap, retest gap on Goodyear. I expect that bad boy to probably fill that gap, I would think. Kind of got a little bit of resistance up here, right where it is at 23. Makes sense. Let's go what the Zillow group is doing. Robert says he thinks it's a sell into the rip. All right. When is earnings? Earnings already reported. Really didn't do diddly squat, huh? All right. So, yeah, we got, oh, we do have, there you go. I was looking at that little dotted line. We got a huge gap. I was going to say, Robert, I didn't know what Robert was talking about, the rip. But yeah, we got a rip. So look at that gap. Holy moly. What kind of gap is that? That's like a almost 14% something gap, 1433. Hello, Johnny Axe. Good morning to you, my brother. So, yep, the doctor believes a nice fade going on there. Got that 50 pushing down on you. Wow, that's some craziness. Got that 10 there on the weekly. So, Doc, you gonna play a fade on that bad boy? Looks like Twilio from yesterday. Yeah, man. Johnny Bragg in the house. That's a big old gap. Holy moly. All right, let's go look at Twilio. I didn't see what happened to Twilio after I left the house, but yeah, looking quite similar, as a matter of fact, isn't it? Almost exactly the whole chart pattern and everything. Even got the 50 right there, even got the 10 right there on the weekly. Good call, Doc. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's go to that gap and go list. I like that gap and go list. Gap and go right on top of that list. Let's see. I got to check in on SQ. That's a big talk of the town. So SQ, that's the weekly. Got kind of an inside day-ish week going on. A little bit different looking chart than Zillow and Twilio. You got same kind of making, same kind of like almost a double bottom going on here. A bunch of gaps down here, down in the support. Then we get this gap up with some pretty good volume. Bunch of selling going on up here. It makes sense right there. So yeah, it's not looking too strong, is it? Especially after all that pop into here and then sell off. So had a bunch of volume though. So this will be interesting. But as you can see, a lot of selling pressure there, that upper wick. Not looking that grand. Right now, we do have a little bit of a gap and go on the bull side above the 10. So that's good. It's about time that PayPal and Square recovered a little bit, one would think. Bigger picture, you got that double bottom right down there at that. I think this is, let's see, where was I? Yeah, this is a little bit more of a solid down there, about 82-ish, a little bit more of a solid support than right here. We do have a little bit of support in there and there. So, but this is a little bit better of a support area. So I'm not too hip yet on a double bottom out of here, but we shall see. What else is looking good? I haven't checked out Lemonade. If y'all want me to look at anything, let me know. Even Baba's on the Gap and Go list. Twilio's on the Gap and Go list. Lemonade. Let's go check out some Lemonade. Lemonade, very similar. Very, very similar to the old Square, almost to the exact. Same kind of candles, same kind of pattern, same yesterday. Makes sense. All right. Let's go check out some of these other gap and goes. Huge gap on Zillow, the other Zillow group. All right. And then I don't know, MNTV. I'm just going to check some of these out unless you all have something to look at. Looking at the trade ideas scanner gap and go list. Earnings not so great on MNTV. But we got a nice huge gap up. not huge, but we had a big old candle yesterday. Lots of push back up into the 20 and then came on back down. So a lot of weakness still showing there on MNTV, but big old gap this morning. Makes a lot of sense, right? Have crappy earnings, have crappy revenue reporting, and you gap up. Doc, what is going on MNTV from a financial perspective? Crazy, right? It's that transitory mode that we're in. Is this Smith & Wesson? I think SBSW. No, I always get confused with this and Smith & Wesson. I think Smith & Wesson has a similar, I haven't been following Smith & Wesson in a while. I know Dr. Falco knows. What's the ticker on Smith & Wesson, Doc? I forget what it is. They changed about 50 times in the last year or two. There you go. SBWI. Anyway, we got a little bit of an inside gap and go on there. Let's go look at Smith & Wesson and Ruger. What are they doing? I haven't watched them in a long time. Wow. I don't get that. You'd think with all the gun sales going on, we'd be way up there, but yeah, absolutely. Not looking too good, huh? It did punch up there to $40, which was pretty nice. That wasn't that long ago. Wonder what that news was. Anyway, Smith & Wesson, let's go Ruger. I think if I remember right, RUG, unless they changed it. Ruger, where are you? RGR, there you go. RGR. RGR looking kind of similar too. Huh. Yep, exactly. All right, they weren't on our list, but let's go see what's going on the gap and go list on the downside. Upwork, huh? Upwork, I think had earnings too, right? Had some decent earnings. Not bad earnings. And what are we doing on the old Upwork? Pretty interesting. Pretty decent earnings. Look at all that volume yesterday going into that 50. And then boom, we are gapping down big time. So that is a gap and go down below, nice pivot point. So looking pretty junky for the Upworks. All right. We, us moderators are just trading these 6 stocks on the mic, but y'all, that's a pretty nice little gap. We do still have also this bigger gap down here, my orange lines from back here. When was this back? Big old gap back in October, November timeframe in 20. So we might be just maybe coming down and filling that gap. But that looks pretty nice. What else we got on the gap and go list? Looking something interesting. Huh. We got, what time is it? Don't want to go too long. Got a little bit of a gap down on the old steel, the US steel. A little bit of a gap and go, still inside day candle on that baby though. We got UA. Let's go see what the UA, not US, Johnny. UA, we got a nice little gap down on UA. Filled that gap right down to the 10 and 20, but that's a big old hunking gap pre-market, almost 4% on Under Armour. I think we probably get a bounce right there. You know, nice couple waves right there, but Interesting gap on Under Armour. Another one that had decent earnings and revenue looking good, and they gap on down. Lucen says GoDaddy looking okay if anybody is interested. GDDY. That's a pretty interesting gap, huh, Lucen? We got, let me just see what's going on there. Big old channel going on the Giddy Up and GoDaddy. We got nice retest gap going on. Y'all might want to keep an eyeball on the old GoDaddy. See what's going on up here. Right into kind of weekly support or resistance a little bit up in there. Got that little bit of tiny bit of resistance going on in there. Not too shabby what they do on earnings. So looking pretty good. Wow. 26%. Very nice. Under, or that GoDaddy. I was going to say Under Armour. I was thinking about my Under Armour shirts. $80. Looks like it's ready to pull back a hair, like the doc says. Sell into the rip. All right. NWL. Newell Brands. Nice gap. That's pretty. Nice little gap and go there. Wow, all kinds of earnings happening this earnings season. Looking good there. Nice gap and go. Looks like it's ready to punch too. We'll see. We got gapping right there to that little resistance area right there. So we got that, all of this, but pretty interesting gap. Are making lower lows here, lower highs, so be careful there. Imagine that, as Gregory says. Absolutely. Lots of earnings during earnings season. All right, I'm going to depart the pattern for all us YouTube live traders. Come and check us out at reallifetrading.com. If you're not a member, we encourage you to come here, take a look at what we got to offer. Lots of free information, free courses. All you got to do is go in there, plug in your email address, and you get all these free courses, and you can come check us out, reallifetrading.com. I'm here on the mic on Mondays and Fridays. This is Johnny Guarco live from Hawaii, and I will talk to you all in YouTube land later. Have a great